Welcome to all of you. In this lecture, I am going to introduce a few terminologies that will be used in the further lectures. So let us go through the division of the optical fiber. So later there are terminologies being used before which we must understand based on what criteria these fibers are being categorized. So optical fibers, they are basically divided into three parts. One is based on the refractive index, then based on the modes of transmission, and based on the materials being used to construct the optical fiber. Based on the refractive index, there are two types of optical fibers. One is the step index fiber and one more is the graded index fiber. Then based on modes of transmission, there are two types, that is single mode fiber and the multi-mode fiber. Then based on materials, there are two types, the glass fiber and the plastic fiber. So let us understand how the optical fiber is being seen. So optical fiber consists of two parts. One is the core part, that is the middle part of the representation, and the outer part of this core is called the cladding. So the core will have the refractive index of N1 and cladding will have the refractive index of N2. So the notation N is being used to indicate the refractive index. In the general observation, so this is the representation, the core which will be covered by the cladding and which will be have a protective coating called the buffer coating. Now let us have a detailed observation of how exactly the optical fiber looks in practical. Now this is how a practical optical fiber looks like. So here we can observe a comparison between this representation as well as this diagram. So this is the optical fiber and then which is covered by this cladding. Again it is being coated by a coating material white color, which is again protected by an additional strength membrane, and then finally the outer jacket. So this is what the thin optical fiber through which the light is transmitted. Always consider that the refractive index of this core, the optical fiber is what we call as the core. So the refractive index of the core or the optical fiber core is always higher. The refractive index of the cladding is lesser than that of the core. Now, a few points to remember with respect to this concept. The optical fiber is solid, not a hollow tube. Second point, the buffer and jacket, that is the outer layers, are only for mechanical protection. They don't have any roles to play with respect to the transmission. Then the light is transmitted through the core, but to a small extent it travels in the cladding, and so the optical clarity of the cladding is still important. The last point, core will have higher refractive index and the cladding will have the lower refractive index. Now some of the terminologies that we use in the future lectures. The first one, the meridional ray and the skew rays. So meridional ray, it is a ray that passes through the axis of the fiber. So this is what the diagram that shows the transmission of a meridional ray. So make a consideration. So this is only the core part of the representation. So from this line up to this line is the core of the optical fiber. Middle of that core of the optical fiber is what we say the axis of the optical fiber. This is the axis of the optical fiber. Now when a light traveling through this optical fiber, if it crosses this axis like this, then we say that it's a meridional ray. right? It will be just a total internal reflection. So in detail it will be discussed later, total internal reflection. Now the light is traveling in the form of reflection. The light enters over here. Here also it is crossing the axis of the optical core. Then it will hit to the end of this optical core, then reflects back. Again it crosses this axis and again it will hit to the another end, and then it will move like this. And each time when it is reflecting, then it is going to cross the axis of the optical fiber core. So this is called the meridional ray. These types of rays are called the meridional ray. Now coming to the skew rays. It is a ray that travels in the non-planar zigzag path and never crosses the axis of the optical fiber. Right? Again, the axis remains the same, the core concept remains the same, but the light representation, the light that travels through the optical fiber will be of this form. So that means this is the axis, this is the center of the optical core, and the light traveling through this optical fiber will never cross this axis, the center axis. So it will be just colliding at the end part, and it will be traveling in a circular motion. It will be traveling in a circular motion or the zigzag motion. So it will never touches the core of the axis. Such type of rays, we call them as the skew rays. Now getting into one most important concept, that's the refractive index. This is the definition of the refractive index. The refractive index of a medium is defined as the ratio of the velocity of light in vacuum to the velocity of light in the medium. So represented by n is equal to c divided by v, where c is the velocity of the light in the vacuum and v is the velocity of the light in the medium. The medium can be something like air, water, glass, diamond. So these are the different mediums. And for these mediums, there is a standard refractive index. So that is refractive index of the air is always equal to 1. Refractive index of water is equal to 1.33. Refractive index of the glass is 1.5. Similarly, for the diamond, it is 2.42. So these concepts will be used most frequently in the further lectures, and also there is a concept called total internal reflection that is the most important when we consider the optical fiber communication. Total internal reflection will be dealt in detail in the upcoming lectures. Thanks for joining.